Hey Capricorn, welcome to your Venus retrograde reading where we'll take a peek at what you can expect over the next couple of months during this retrograde period. So starting out with the energy that's surrounding this reading for you, we have Unbound, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. All right, so we're starting with an energy of renewal for my Capricorn collective, being able to let go of things that may have been holding you back, old thought processes, old actions. This almost feels like a phoenix rising moment or a caterpillar that's transforming into a butterfly. Like you're shedding your skin, you're moving forward with a lot of lessons learned, with a renewed energy, and I feel like a lot of optimism for what's next. It's like you're freeing yourself from your old self. I think that for a lot of you, there's been a period of growth that may have been fairly hard fought. It's like, all right, well, I learned my lessons, but damn, did it really have to be this harsh? Is what it feels like. And it really speaks to me that this is a time for you to just exhale and a time to be. So I'm getting a lot of happy vibes coming from this reading so far, where it just feels light. It feels exciting. It feels like you're now coming into explorer mode, where it's like, I found myself. I know myself. I'm ready to know the world around me. So let's get into some tarot and see what other messages we have from spirit. So starting with what this retrograde has in store for you. We have the Eight of Pentacles. This is my little worker bee card. But more than that, this is someone who is practicing and practicing to become a master at their craft. So whether this is mastery of self or mastery of something else, a trade or, a specific discipline, this is someone who is very conscientious about what it is they put out into the world. So I think that, again, coming into this, you have this new sense of self. You have sort of transitioned from this person who is constantly in learning, lesson type mode into someone who is now ready to take those lessons and create something absolutely amazing with them. And we have that clarified by the Seven of Cups. So this is a card of options. It can also be a card of disillusionment, but that's not the energy that I'm getting from your reading so far, Capricorns. I feel like with this with the Seven of Cups, that there are going to be a lot of opportunities that start opening themselves up for you, especially when it comes to doing things that are emotionally fulfilling for you. But it's always important to sort of keep in mind that all of these options are not created equal. And I think it was Taurus who had the Seven of Cups come out for them as well. It's going to be very important for you to make sure that you use your discernment in those lessons that you have learned over time to make sure that you are making the smart choice, that you are making the right choice for yourself. So in terms of any interruptions that you might experience during this here retrograde, okay, we have the Five of Cups and we have the Wheel of Fortune that came out. And both of these cards came out different positions for Virgos as well. So I think that there is going to be, a situation where you may feel as though you have lost something or that you have missed out on something. You're sitting here, sort of looking at these three cups that have spilled over, but you still got two cups behind you that you haven't necessarily recognized. And again, looking at all of these options that you have in front of you, I do think that as you sort through them and you dismiss, a couple here, a couple there, a few over here, that there's going to be moments where you're like, was that the right decision? It feels like you might be questioning yourself a little bit because you are putting all of these lessons that you've learned into practice. And so initially there might be a little bit of self-doubt where you're like, was that the right choice? Should I have given that cup up? Should I have, tipped it over? Well, yeah, that's fine because you still got more cups behind you. So you haven't necessarily lost out on as much as you may think that you have, or as much as you worry that you might have missed out on. We have that clarified with the Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune is all about cycles, right? It's about ebbs and flows. It's about fate intervening. And so I think that for my Capricorns out there, if you looked at these cups and you decided that, these cups weren't right for you, then that's okay. If that's what your intuition was telling you, if that's where you were being led to, then that's exactly what the universe needed you to do. If you're trusting in yourself to make those decisions, and you're trusting that the universe would not steer you wrong, then good for you. Fate is moving you along as you should. And the less resistance that you give to it, the easier that wheel is going to spin. And it's going to turn in your favor. So an important shift that's going to happen during this Venus retrograde period, we have the Seven of Pentacles, and we also have the Six of Cups. So the Seven of Pentacles is really about planting seeds, nourishing them, being patient, waiting for them to grow and to bear fruit. So you have this person who's like looking at this bush, and he's really staring. He's just leaning on his little stick, and he's like, are you ready? Are you ready? Is it ready? Is it time? Is it time? Are you right for the plucking? So I think that there's going to be a little bit of patience that you may not have had previously, but I think you are going to start seeing the fruits of your labor. You're going to start seeing them bearing fruit, and you'll know when the time is right to act on them. We have the Six of Cups as well to clarify. And so looking at this, I think that there are going to be some past things that also come up, because the Six of Cups is a little bit of card of reminiscence. It's about, something from the past. So as you have been learning these lessons, and as you have been planting these seeds, right? You're sort of been growing yourself. Some seeds that you have planted long ago are now going to start coming to fruition. So all of this effort that you've put into yourself, you're going to start seeing that paying off, which is absolutely beautiful. That's the goal, right? This hasn't been so much about instant gratification, but all of these steps that you have been taking to free yourself, to give yourself new opportunities, you're going to start seeing them coming up. So that's the biggest shift that you are going to experience. Whereas you may have thought you were making the wrong decisions by selecting one thing over another, you're going to start seeing proof that no, what you were feeling was right, and you made the best decisions that you possibly could have. Now, something to be mindful about. Okay, Capricorns. We have the Three of Cups in reverse, and we also have the Seven of Swords. Be mindful of the people that you have around you as you undergo this transformation. Because what I'm seeing here is a drop off in friendships and potentially people who want to sabotage this new path that you are on. And so I think that this ties very well into the Unbound card, where you may have to leave some people behind as you progress on your journey. Unfortunately, everybody is not happy to see you win. Even people that you've been around for a long period of time, people that you thought were going to be there till the end of time. When you're doing better, I think often it forces people to take a hard look at themselves. And it's much easier to try and knock you down than to do the work on yourself. And so you've been doing the work on yourself. Other people may become resentful of that. They may become resentful of the options, of the pathways that are opening up for you. They may be resentful because when they look at you and they see all of these things starting to bloom and blossom, and they're like, well, That's not fair. Why is it happening for them? And they don't necessarily realize or appreciate all of the seeds that you had to plant beforehand in the past to get to that point. So be very, very mindful of who you have around you as you continue on this journey, because it doesn't feel like everybody is truly for you. So what good can come out of this on your karmic path? We have the Page of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles. This is a journey that you've been on with the Page. This is a very naive energy. It's an energy of learning, of growing, of starting. They're very much an apprentice. And remember, when we have over here the Eight of Pentacles is someone who has been learning, and now they are working on perfecting their craft. They've gotten all the lessons and the education that they need, and now they're ready to do something with it. And so what it is that how this can help you is this progression, this beautiful progression from Page to the 10 to completion to the ultimate instability. And so I think that for a lot of you, this has to do with you being very grounded, you being very focused. I think that for a lot of folks, this has to do with your financial well-being, where you are elevating yourself to another socioeconomic status, if you will, pulling in more money, getting promotions, having more opportunities for visibility. And while you are growing and progressing and sort of reaching the pinnacle, don't forget that there are some people who are not going to be happy for you. And that's okay, because there are going to be other people that are happy for you. And if nothing else, Capricorn, you can be happy for your damn self. So that's what I got for you guys. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next one.